This is the meeting of the Fall River Commission on Disability. We are meeting on Wednesday, November 10th, what year? 2021. And this is a conference call meeting, and I will read the opening statement here. Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. Next is roll call. Sandy?
Okay. Chairman Dennis Paulselli.
Here.
Vice Chairwoman Debbie Pacheco.
Here.
Commissioner Lisa Silva.
Here.
Commissioner Danny Robillard.
Here.
Commissioner Ann O'Neill Souza.
Here.
Okay. I will ask 3 times if there's any public input. Is there any public input? And finally, is there any public input? Okay. Next, we have the approval of the minutes for the meeting of Wednesday, October 13th, 2020.
Motion to approve the minutes of October 13th, 2021 of the Fall River Disability Commission.
I second.
Okay.
Roll call, Mr. Chairman, if there's no questions.
If there are no questions or comments or discussion, we're going to go on to roll call.
Chairman Dennis Paulselli.
Oh, yes.
Vice Chairwoman Debbie Pacheco.
Yes.
Commissioner Lisa Silva.
Yes.
Commissioner Danny Robillard.
Yes.
Commissioner Ann O'Neill Souza.
Yes.
Okay. Motion passes. It is my pleasure to introduce as our guest presenter today the new Director of Veteran Services for the City of Fall River, a Marine Corps veteran who served for 7 years from 1987 to 1994 at Okinawa. And I'll have her go into the details about that, including her role in Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm. To this time, she remains active in various advocacy roles, including a weekly radio show on 1530 WVFB in Taunton called Ask the Veteran Agent. She's very active with the Massachusetts Veteran Officers Association, and she's an officer of the Southeastern Massachusetts Veterans Officers Association. As an officer of that organization, she's involved with the Women's Veterans Marines Corps. She also serves on the Bristol Community College Veterans Advisory Council. And I will leave it to her to go into all the specifics regarding military background, but it's my pleasure to introduce the new Veterans Officer for the City of Fall River on this day before Veterans Day, Michaela Brito.
Hi, this is Michaela Brito, and as Dennis, I am a 7-year Marine Corps veteran. I served on active duty in Okinawa, Japan, and 29 Palms, California. My job while I was in the Marine Corps was aircraft launch and recovery, and we worked side by side for crash fire rescue. For those of you who would like to know what aircraft launch and recovery is, just think about the movie Top Gun and how aircraft came in with a tail hook and they caught the cable so they wouldn't fall off the end of the runway. Well, that was my job, but on fixed airfields, land-based. So I helped maintain all of that, the gear, the cables, the airfield lighting. So I was one of the crazy people that stood out on the active airfield as a jet hurled in at about 150 knots and then told them what they could do and couldn't do. As Dennis said, I am very active with different advocacy groups. I've been on the Massachusetts Women Veterans Network Advisory Council for almost 12 years now. I'm an active member of both the Marine Corps League and the Women Marines Association, Disabled American Veterans Chapter 57 out of Taunton, the greater Taunton area. And I help with the Arredondo Family Foundation. Alexander Arredondo was killed in Iraq, and after a little while, his brother Brian could not deal with the survivor loss, and he took his own life. So the Arredondo Family Foundation was created so they could help military siblings for everything they were going through since the death of their loved one. You name it, and I've probably thrown my hat in to assist with anything dealing with veterans. This is my passion, and if it wasn't, I wouldn't be in this position today. I'm very outspoken about both disabled veterans, but most importantly, our female veterans who don't normally have a voice in the game, because a lot of times we're overlooked as far as actually being a veteran. Most of the time people just assume a male who's wearing a sweatshirt or a baseball hat that has a branch of service on it, they automatically thank them for their service. And yet if a woman is wearing something like that, it's automatically assumed that it's their husband, their father, their child, and not the person actually wearing it. So I like to be that voice for my fellow sisters in arms, and that's why it's really important for me to be in this role here in the city of Fall River, so that I can let it be known that women are veterans too and that we're here to stay. And I guess that's about it for right now.
You rose to the level of corporal, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep. I wonder if you can go into a little bit about your perspective of what you hope to your vision of leading the Fall River Veteran Services.
So, like I said, I'm here to advocate for our veterans, their surviving spouses, anybody who's wanting to have access to different veterans' information. Our office is open to help our veterans. This is veterans helping veterans, and we do this on a daily basis. So to me, besides tomorrow being Veterans Day, every day is Veterans Day, and every day is Memorial Day here, because we grieve the loss, and we're helping their surviving family members, and yet at the same time we're celebrating those veterans. So I just want people to understand that we are here to assist them in any capacity that I can. And if I don't know the answer, I will track it down and get that information off to somebody else. I am looking forward to the continued successful relationship that I'm building with the Fall River Veterans Council. We're teaming up for my third event here in the city in my short 2 months with Veterans Day, and it's coming together very well. And tomorrow we hope to have a phenomenal day and have much pride in the city of Fall River for our veterans.
What I found interesting about your background is you are currently majoring in studio arts at Bridgewater State University. Is that correct?
Yes, I am. And I just actually completed, I received a grant project through undergraduate research for the Adrian Tinsley program. And I was awarded the grant, and my project was a photography project, obviously. And my project was called Melting Back into Society, Photographic Documentary of Women Veterans. So what I did was I photographed women veterans doing what they do on a daily basis to show that just because we look like the normal person walking down the street, that there's so much more to us in our story. I received rave reviews from everybody at our symposium about having the courage to come out and tell this story. And a lot of people are really surprised, pleasantly surprised when they found out that the years that I had served and my age, because they thought that I was a current Iraqi or Afghani war veteran.
Anybody have any questions? We're open for anyone who wishes to ask questions for Micaiah. Am I saying?
I do.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
First of all, thank you for your service, ma'am. And how did you become interested in this position?
Well, I was actually the veteran service officer in Rainham previously, and I felt like it's a small community. I felt like everything that I had planned on accomplishing was accomplished, and that there really wasn't much more to do as far as big picture-wise. I continued to serve my veterans and their families in the community, but I wanted a bigger challenge, and when I found out that Ray was retiring, I went ahead and threw my hat into the ring, and here I am, sitting behind, well, I can't say his desk because brand new desk, to comply with ADA regulations. But it's going to be an amazing journey here, learning more about the city and the personalities involved and getting to know more of our veterans. So it's a much larger, I was a big fish in a small pond, and now I'm a little fish in the Taunton River.
Okay. What are some of your ideas? How do you plan to expand the office? Do you have any ideas for any new programs or anything you'd like to see that the office is not doing right now?
Well, I've actually spoken a little bit with the Veterans Council and with my Massachusetts Veteran Service Officers Association, and we're going to bring it before, obviously we'd need to bring it before the mayor's office in front of the council, but we would like to end up having, like, lack of a better, like, town hall forums for our veterans in the evening, because a lot of times now my veterans are C and below, and so a lot of them hold full-time jobs, and it's difficult for them to get in here during regular working hours so that they can learn more about what their benefits are or different organizations that are here to assist them. So we're looking on trying to plan some of that stuff and talking with some of the different nonprofit organizations to be able to get them in here. And hopefully, eventually, once the Rainham position is filled and I can, like, kind of transition that radio show over there to the Rainham VSO, we had spoken about having me over here on WSAR so that I can continue to bring the message about what veterans and our services that we provide here. So I think it's just the advocacy work and the outreach to be able to let people know what we do, how we do it, and even if it's not going to a veteran and it's going to just somebody neighbor, that neighbor might have heard what our message was, and then we're able to bring it, say, to their neighbor or to a loved one who doesn't live around here, so they're able to learn about those benefits. We're very, very unique here in the Commonwealth, is that our statute dates back to 1862 with Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 115, where we are mandated by the Commonwealth to have a veterans officer in every community, whether it be part-time or full-time. And this Mass General Law talks about helping financially with our wounded veteran soldiers, their surviving spouses, or their orphan children. And we've been providing those services, like I said, ever since the Civil War. We're the only state in the Union that does this. And so that's what makes Massachusetts very, very unique. It also makes Massachusetts unique in the other services that we provide for veterans. So just being able to get that information out is the most important thing, to let our veterans know that we're here for them, that we care about them, and that there are benefits that they rightfully deserve, and not have them say, well, somebody else deserves them more than me.
Well, thank you. And Fall River has always done a tremendous job serving its veterans. There's always more that we can do. Ray Haig, I felt, did a tremendous job as the veterans agent, and after listening to you today, I am supremely confident that the veterans office is in capable and dignified hands. So thank you for your service, and I look forward to getting to know you better and working with you wherever I can.
Well, thank you very much, sir.
I yield, Mr. Chairman.
Sure, okay. Anyone else have any questions for Michaelia? Okay, hearing none. The first thing that jumped out in reading your background was the radio show in Taunton. I'm hoping that, I do hope, and this is just a personal opinion, that whatever you call it, in Taunton it's Ask the Veterans Agents, but I'm hoping that maybe a show similar would come to WSAR because it sounded very interesting from reading about it. So.
Sure. And the other really unique thing that we do with our radio show is we actually do a Facebook Live with it, so that it's going out to the world, actually. I have several friends who don't watch it when it's actually occurring, but they go back and watch the replay of it because their station is set in Okinawa, Japan, and other foreign lands. So,
is your co-host a veteran agent also, or?
He is. His name is Will Corey.
Yep.
And he is so Halifax and Lakeville both have part-time agents. Mm-hmm. So he's actually the agent in both of those communities.
Anyone else have any questions?
I do. Lisa.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
so
Lisa.
Danny already asked one of the questions that I had, but I'm just wondering, those individuals who will be listening to this recording, who would be the contact, or would it just be yourself and the phone number that individuals would be able to reach out to with any questions?
They can reach out to the phone number that's on the website, or any of the lines ring directly to our office and somebody will pick up the phone. But our direct line is 508-324-2436. And if somebody wants to email us, it would go to the entire group, and it's just vets@fallriverma.org.
Okay. And there's someone that's available to answer questions between what hours of the day?
So I am here from 8 until 4, but the rest of my staff is here from 9 until 5, City Hall hours.
Okay, 9 to 5. All right, great. Thank you very much for that info.
My pleasure.
Anyone else? Michaelia, thank you so much, and welcome to Fall River. And I, too, thank you for your service, as I'm sure everyone on the commission does, and we welcome you to Fall River. And however way we can help out, as a commission, please do not be afraid to reach out to us.
Sure thing. Thank you very much for your time. And I just want to throw it out there. We are in receipt of 6 beautiful scooters, and one of them has already been given to a veteran.
Thank you. That's good.
Mr. Chairman, could I ask a follow-up question based on what she just said?
You go ahead.
Thank you. When did you receive the scooters, Madam Agent?
Since I've been here? No, it's probably been a few weeks now, but according to the company, that some of the parts were on back order, And then once they got them, they assembled them and brought them straight here after they did their quality check on them.
This is one of the ways that the commission has worked with your department, and we had a good working relationship with the former veteran agent, Ray Haig, who said there was always a need for scooters. So I look forward to that relationship continuing and being part of it. Thank you.
We really appreciate it. We have had people reaching out saying that they needed access to a wheelchair or to a walker because their loved one was slowing down. And this one gentleman has a walker that has the seat on it, and he can only walk just a little bit so far, and then he has to sit down and then a little bit further. And when we offered him the scooter, he was beyond grateful for it. He actually sat here and cried when he got it.
Yeah, I believe you received the 6th. That was probably our last allocation. It's my understanding that there's a need for more. So,
well, at this moment, I would hold off because, like I said, I have 5 here, but I think one more is already been spoken for. So I don't want to be greedy and ask for more and have them all come in at once. So I want to be able to get them out. And as I get dwindled down, then I would reach out and request for your assistance.
That's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask you and urge you not to hesitate when you feel that there's a need for more, to please reach out to us.
Most definitely. And just to let everybody know on this call, ADA compliance is very, very near and dear to my heart. For those of you who do not know, I have a mobility stability dog who is a Great Dane who helps keep me upright. There are some days where I can walk fine, and then there's other days where I have trouble even getting out of my chair. So the city has been wonderful in ADA accommodations for me, and I am so excited to be able to work with such an amazing city in that regards, and being able to give a little bit more insight about what some of our disabled veterans are going through.
That's good. Anyone
and
else?
Now you can go back and tell the mayor I talk good things.
I will.
I look forward to getting to know you better, and I'd like to have discussions about these and other matters that are relevant to your background and experience. I think you're going to be a tremendous asset to the city. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. You are, since this is a public meeting, you're always welcome to remain with us for the rest of the meeting, or whatever's comfortable at this time. But we thank you so much for taking your time to introduce yourself and your services to us.
Well, it has been a pleasure, and I am going to excuse myself because I have events this evening, because today is the 246th birthday of my beloved Marine Corps.
Ooh.
So 10 November 1775, and we were born in Tun Tavern. So.
Wow.
But again, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to speak to everybody and give them a little bit of insight. And my door is always open. Well, it's not right now, but my door is always open when you need to reach out to me, or again, reach me by Dennis has my personal email or the phone number here, and I can answer whatever questions, or we can collaborate together.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.
You too. The next item, I believe, is updates, if I'm not mistaken. I'm having trouble reading my writing today. On the ADA front, the work group we'll be touring Durfee on the ADA work group will be touring Durfee on Wednesday, December 1st. This will be to look at accessibility features, Braille signage, other things on Wednesday, December 1st from 3:30 to 4:30. So we'll be doing that. And as far as I know, actually, not as far as I know, I am definitely sure that all of the projects of the ADA Improvement Grant for Government Center are completed, all of them. So we're up. We're all set with the Government Center. Does anyone have anything else on an ADA front? Okay. Policies, Vice Chair Debbie Pacheco.
No updates at this time.
Okay. Finance. What we usually do is distribute the budget report each month. So you should have the October budget report to know where we stand in terms of our finances. So. Outreach. Lisa, do you have anything on outreach?
No, I don't have any new updates.
Okay. I can tell you that the website is moving along. We hope to have much more on it in January. Things are being put together from videos from FRG TV of previous commission meetings and previous events, minutes of meetings and agendas, and some other statewide resources. So I'm hoping that we can have a rollout the beginning of next year, which I don't mean next year as of next July. I mean sometime in January or February. So we're going to go to old business. Any old business? Is there any new business? Our next meeting will be... Okay, Joy here? Okay, our next full... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Nope, go ahead. I thought you asked for a roll call.
Oh, not yet. That's going to be coming. The next meeting will be January 12th. The work groups will continue in December, but our next full commission meeting will be Wednesday, January 12th, January 12th, 2022. So everybody have a great holiday season, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, let's have a roll call.
Chairman Dennis Paulselli.
Yes.
Vice Chairwoman Debbie Pacheco.
Yes.
Commissioner Lisa Silva.
Yes.
Commissioner Danny Robillard.
Yes.
Commissioner Ann O'Neill Souza.
Yes.
Okay, meeting's adjourned.
Thank
you.